The Not Gonna Lie podcast host said during her Call Her Daddy interview that neither Jason nor his brother Travis had tattoos, but they were once talking about getting the Kelce crest. Kylie Kelce revealed whether she'd ever get a matching tattoo with her husband, Jason Kelce, during her recent Call Her Daddy podcast interview. "I have no business doing that," the Not Gonna Lie podcast host, who married the former NFL star in 2018, insisted, while using her much-loved phrase. Jason and Travis talked very briefly about getting the Kelce crest. Kylie said after revealing neither of the Kelce brothers have tattoos. Kylie Kelce isn't planning on getting a matching tattoo with her husband, Jason Kelce, anytime soon. During an interview on the Wednesday, February 12 episode of the Call Her Daddy podcast, Kylie, 32, who married former Philadelphia Eagles center Jason, 37, in 2018, was asked whether she considered getting tatted with her spouse. One of her favorite phrases is, "I have no business doing that. So I'm going to give you a scenario and you tell me if you do it or if you have no business doing it," host Alex Cooper said. One of the questions was about whether Kylie would ever get a matching tattoo with Jason, to which she replied, "No, I think that's a jinx. I have no business doing that." When asked whether Jason has tattoos, the Not Gonna Lie podcast host responded, he does not, and said she didn't think her brother-in-law, Travis Kelce, had any ink either. Jason and Travis talked very briefly about getting the Kelce crest. Kylie, who also doesn't have tattoos, commented. However, she insisted no when asked whether she thought it was actually going to happen. Jason and Travis previously discussed whether they'd get a tattoo during the July 3, 2024 episode of their New Heights podcast. "We talked about doing like a family crest," Travis said at the time. "I would still be open to it. I just don't have the creative desire to get a tattoo. It's a forever thing that really puts a damper on it," Jason added, insisting, "I've never pulled the trigger either, don't plan on it." However, he did admit, "I might get a wedding ring tattoo because I take my ring off to do a lot of things. I don't like having rings on," as Travis quipped. "You're notorious for losing rings, Jason. You don't have to explain yourself." Jason said when questioned what Kylie thought about the tattoo idea, "She's indifferent. I mean, she's a little upset that I lose my ring sometimes." Elsewhere in her Call Her Daddy podcast interview, Kylie revealed why she kept the early stages of her romance with Jason a secret. "I kept it a secret a long time. I told no one," she admitted. "I had 2 friends on campus that knew. My 2 closest friends," Kylie added, of her pals at Cabrini University. "They didn't tell anyone." Kylie said that she told her friends she wasn't telling anyone because he has a job that's kind of public. "I'm not going to get into it." Once she told them he played for the Eagles, Kylie recalled, "One of my field hockey college teammates was like, 'Oh, that's so funny. I know this girl from back home who met this Eagle on Tinder, but it can't be the same guy because this guy was hideous.' She was like, 'I'm going to text her right now and figure out what his name was.' 5 minutes later, his name was Jason Kelce," Kylie added. "I was like, this is validation. This is why I'm not telling anyone," she continued. "And the best part is, nothing ever came of this girl meeting him on Tinder. I eventually got to the bottom of that." Jason and Kylie also met on Tinder before they tied the knot in Philadelphia in April 2018 after 2 years of dating. The couple now share 3 daughters, Wyatt Elizabeth, 5, Elliot Ray, 3, and Bennett Llewellyn, 23 months, and have a 4th on the way.